Hello and welcome back to the world's greatest podcast. I'm your host, and I'm here with Paxton Wetzel.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. So, tell me about your capstone.
Okay, so my capstone is an animation. I'm doing like a mixed media, so it's got film, traditional animation, cutout animation, and like clay and puppet stop motion animation. And originally I was gonna do an adaptation of Where the Wild Things Are, but I found that to be a little bit too ambitious, and I went for a quick little short thing that's about.
So what are like your inspirations for making your animation?
So I looked at, I watched a bunch of online animations, and puppet people. One of my biggest inspirations for this was Barnaby Dixon.
Who's that?
Who's a he does puppets now. He did a really slick stop motion animation. But just that kind of style is very neat, and I wanted to do something unique like that. And I think a lot of it is doing sort of what I personally am feeling. So I guess inspiration from myself. It's a big part of it. And I guess one of the big things that I found in this capstone is like figuring out what my style is and how I want to do my art.
Was there like any during your process, was there how far would you say are you into the animation right now?
Right now I'm about halfway done, I guess. Time wise I'm a little bit more, but this last stretch I'm doing a sort of trippy kind of sequence, sort of a dream sequence, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I haven't started yet, so I guess we'll see how long that takes.
So what do you think, did you want to do an animation from the beginning, or were you thinking about other mediums that you thought would be cool?
Yeah, I was definitely I definitely wanted to do a film. I mean, I'm part of the CG film program, so I have to do a film. Animation has always been sort of on my mind because of how much sort of authorship you get over an animation. You can do an animation with one person, and the animation will be very unique and have a consistent style and really be what that one person who made it was feeling and thinking at the time, which is sort of what I wanted for this final project, was to make something that is my own.
Yeah, absolutely yours.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting. So when you wanted something saying absolutely yours, were there other contender ideas with the forest idea?
Honestly, not really. I think I was always going to do an animation. I think what the animation was actually about and how I was going to do it and the style of it is up for debate, but I think I always wanted to do an animation.
Different what's the word? Different genres. I mean,
Sure, yeah, and how it's made. Right now it feels very with the mixed media and and all the different styles of animation, it's very Jack Stauber-esque, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, making your animation, what do you think are some what were some big issues that you worked around? How would you say you worked around them?
One of the biggest issues is finding time to do it. Just because all animation is very time consuming, and I've never done animation before, so I really had no idea what I was getting into. My schedule now is staying up all night on animations when I want to, which isn't very consistent or healthy, but I don't know. Yeah, I think that was definitely the biggest challenge. Or also, money-wise, building a set for everything cost like $50.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a ton of money that I would rather not spend, you know, on a school project.
Like
yeah.
So what would you say, like to build off kind of like the whole like assets and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like, did you have to make them, or did you buy like fake little trees or whatever?
Yeah. So for the trees and stuff, I mean, since it's such a small scale, I could use like sticks on the ground. One of the really cool things that I found was it's a snow winter scene, and I got a big like 10 pounds of salt, and I would just pour salt all over the set whenever I wanted to film, and it would like look like snow and everything, and it was really slick. Yeah. I don't know, just trips to Michael's, finding whatever I felt like I needed. Yeah.
Do you see yourself like doing like kind of animation as a film medium in the future?
Not for a career. It's time consuming. That's a lot of work. I definitely want to do film. Sorry, we're recording in here.
You're fine.
Just in case you wanted some more jingling when you record.
Always use some more jingling. I'll restart that one. What was the question?
It was like, do you see yourself doing animation?
Yeah, not animation. That is super time consuming and a lot of work. I am not up for that. Maybe just not as a career. It's very fun. Just as a hobby, I guess. I definitely want to do film. I just committed to a college for film in Montreal. So,
like, what do you think is the main, like, if you're gonna going into film, what do you think is like the major thing? Like, what would be your like coup de grace film? Like your dream.
My dream film? Man, I don't know. I feel like if I were to make a dream film now, I want to be the kind of person who will improve on even what I think my dream film is, you know? So if I make a dream film now, I don't want it to be my dream film forever. Yeah. I want to keep making my dream films.
Like keep getting like better and better.
Yeah.
Do you have any like general like were there other like contenders for ideas like? Wait, hold on. Sorry. Do you have any final thoughts?
No.
Not even one. Like
what is this capstone about?
This capstone is about like interviewing people about their capstones, kind of getting into the mind of different students and like what their creative outlet is.
Okay. I guess. So I gotta say something like inspirational that applies to like what could be like a main idea in your thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Essentially.
I feel like when you're creating something, it's important to follow what you sort of your instincts. I need to say this more concisely. So let me think about it. You gotta follow your like instincts and not really worry about like logically what's happening. So I'll say that.
Thank you so much, Paxton.
Yeah, no problem.